Hey, everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Oklahoma City Bisons. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Oklahoma City Bison. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. Now they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Here's Brady to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check.
17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I got you. Check it back.
They'll run it here. This is James White, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And here now, the defensive starters.
Geno Atkins is an absolute force as a defensive tackle. Forces every offense that he plays against to alter their game plan.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
11 more on that one and another first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Again, it's Brady. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
They'll run for it. This is White. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White taking it in. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And a look now at the starting unit for the offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Brady now to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Albert away and bring up second down.
They got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From midfield, here's Brady. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check 15.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He gets it to James White. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Brady gives this to White. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Brady deferring to White on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They come out here in the eye.
Watch the car. Watch the car. Wall. Get wall.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Evans has it left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go option to the right. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Looking to throw. Fields to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When that works, your offensive coordinator looks like a genius. When it doesn't, it leaves folks saying, what are you doing? Down here, I'd rather have my tailback running off tackle than something off the radar like this.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So many different weapons available in that Patriot backfield. Here's 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Jordan. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Oh, and Nelson space to operate. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. go right back to White here on first down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So here's the home side to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Brady. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. To throw on second down, Fields. And he fires one incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Fields. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as he'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw. Fields. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll go with the keeper. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now this time he'll look to throw. He completes it to Boyd. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Looking to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tedrick Thompson picks it and fights through one man. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where 5 quarters couldn't decide a winner. This one ends in a tie. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. The Falcons get off to a hot start as they get the road victory in their opener. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 14-6 was the final score. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Off play action. Fields steps away to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A handoff to Mixon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Down. 10 Lobo. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll keep it on the ground. Evans, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
60 Pittsburgh. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He is going to find Hill here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing on first down is Brady. Catch is made by Harry. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Brady able to find Shaheen here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady. He's got his man on the comebacker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Come on, fellas.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Wait, 53! Come to my work! We want it! Come to my work!
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's White. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Into the red zone, it's Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 3 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Bullock good on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Brady now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, he'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And a dump off to White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Let's go.
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. First down, here's White. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Brady to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run on first down. White, and he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Brady, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Here we go. 30 base. I got him.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That one complete to Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down. They'll drop the throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Man, I got you. Slim, hey, check it.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Check. Stay with your man. 450.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Hey, go 66.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Wait, that's wide, 80. 44.
play action. Now it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. 20, 10, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
7 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down now, it's White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's do this.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's White. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Now a carry for White. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for New England, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma City, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.